What's up, YouTube? Today's video pretty much gonna be based on how to LS swap your box Chevy or any old school for the most part. I'm gonna give you some tips or guides to what you might need. I mean, you don't necessarily need the things that I got. Shoot, this is my first build. I somewhat was told what I should get. I just went ahead and bought it. And then I did my research, and shoot, everybody pretty much uses the same stuff. It just depends on really what all you trying to do, because you don't necessarily need to rebuild your motor. You don't need to buy all new everything. It just depends on your budget. Once you figure out your budget and what you're trying to spend and what all you're trying to do really, then you know what I'm saying, you'll, for the most part, when you're building a 5.3 or 4.8, 6.0, 6.2, whatever, whenever you build like a LS base motor, me personally, my motor is a 5.3. I bought LS1 pistons. My motor was given to me bare block. I didn't have no internals, none of that. I bought all the bearings. I bought a new crank, stock crank for a 5.3. I bought LS1 pistons, and I was given Gen 4 rods for my block. So I took my block to the machine shop, had them machine it, make it a 5.7 pretty much. So it's a cast iron 5.7. Just, you know, something to do. That's what I did. I pretty much changed everything because I had to. I didn't have no choice. I had to pretty much get everything, like oil pump, timing chain, shoot, all the bearings, like I said, oil pan, like pretty much everything. I had to buy everything. I had to buy heads. You could, but the things you need when LS swapping your box Chevy, what you will need is, depending on what year it is, you'll need to buy a new gas tank. You'll need the one with the bowl in it, because it's fuel injected, of course. Because small blocks, you know, those have mechanical fuel pumps that's on the side of the block, so you can't use that tank, because, yeah, you understand. I'm pretty sure you can understand that. You can see where I'm coming from. But you'll need a gas tank out of a 90s Caprice or wagon, or I believe Impala. No, not Impala. What is it called? Roadmaster. You'll need a fuel tank out of that. Then you'll have to buy fuel sending unit. The part number right there. You can get it from O'Reilly's, Rock Auto. I suggest Rock Auto because that's cheap. But you just get a fuel sending unit. And then you'll have to upgrade your fuel pump. Well, you don't really have to upgrade it, but you'll need a good fuel pump. Everybody goes with Walbro 255 or Plus. I got an air motive one, but that's the part number for the fuel pump, 11569. That's the part number for a fuel pump. I got an air motive one, but Walbro 255, just look that up on Google. It pretty much be straightforward. They're fairly cheap. I believe they're around $120. That fuel pump right there was like $100, I believe, $109. I got it at our local speed shop, Star Performance. You're gonna need a fuel filter. There's no need to go get the Wix one, because the Wix one is like $112 versus the MicroGuard that's like $36 at O'Reilly's. It's the LS1 fuel filter, inline fuel filter. Right here, this is what it look like. You'll need one of these, of course. You will need the ICT swap plates. I believe they're like $34. You can look on Summit, Amazon, pretty much anywhere they sell them, or you can get Dirty Dingo. There's plenty of brands out there, but you're gonna need swap plates. Your stock motor mounts, your stock like clamshell, I guess you can call it, will work. So I'll just go to O'Reilly's and buy some new ones. I mean, you don't really have to, but I would go to O'Reilly's and just buy some new ones, and just call that a day. Be pretty much done with that. I would get LS7 lifters. I got mine from Texas Speed. That's the part number right there. Just pause the video and zoom in on it. Some fairly cheap. They're like $100. Wherever you go, they're gonna be around $100 and some dollars. I almost got them from Amazon, same price. Some people do tax though. The prices vary depending on where you go, but all you need is LS7 lifters and you're all good. I will buy new lifter trays because why not? You're already there, might as well. Brian Tooley, they sell them for $14 for the whole set. That's easy. I'll buy a new oil pump. It's the part number is M295. You can get that anywhere. I would probably, if you can't get a discount anywhere, I'll probably go like Rock Auto and buy it. It's fairly cheap. Well, it's not that cheap, but it's fairly cheap. You will need, depending on if you're, see my car, I'm lowering it instead of lifting it, putting rims on it and all of that. So I had to get a low profile oil pan. So this oil pan was probably like $160, I forget, but the part number is right there. You can order it online. Either you can get that oil pan. It came with the oil pan and the oil pickup too. So that means you can just buy the oil pump offline and then buy that possibly, and you'll be straight away. It gives you a lot of clearance just in case if you lowering it or whatever, you'll be all good. Fits fairly perfect from what I've seen. I strongly advise from what I've seen with LS motors, what always goes wrong is like the rockers, because so people buy the train upgrade kit. This part number is right there. I got it from Brian Tooley, of course. I mean, I think plenty of they got a new kit that's like 100. This was like 112 on 115. I don't know if they sold out in them. The last time when I was looking, they were really close to selling out, but they got a new kit. It's like a V2. I forget the part number. I couldn't tell you. If you like on a budget or whatever, most definitely do a train upgrade and LS7 lifters, and just change the gaskets or whatever. I just got regular stock LS1 head gaskets there, but for the most part, depending on what transmission you're using, if you're mating it to an old style transmission like a 700R4 or 200R4 or turbo 350, turbo 400, anything like that, you're gonna need a different flex plate. The flex plate you would need is a FR450. FR450. It's a Pioneer flex plate, so you can pretty much get that anywhere. They're fairly cheap, but if you're like if you need SFI rated, I would go with TCI. Theirs is like $268. There's no really getting around that because there's some that's way more expensive, and I think that's the cheapest one. And that's like, you really only need that if you're like building like a race car, because with if you're not building something that's like really aggressive or you're racing, I wouldn't really worry about it. I just get the stock one. But since I'm gonna be doing a little bit different. I'm just gonna take the extra step and just buy the TCI one. If you're mating it to a newer style transmission, oh, you'll need a new cross member as well. Depending on what transmission you use, you need to do a different cross member. If you're using the stock transmission, you're fine. You can keep the same cross member. But if you're changing the transmission, you'll need a new one. They have some online. I'll put in the description what the part number is for it. But they're fairly expensive. Like, that's what I'm seeing right now. And they don't make too many, or different kinds for caprices, of course. So I would just, it's like $268. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. Yeah, you really don't need too much to swap your caprice, depending on what year your caprice is, of course. For the harness, you can get a standalone harness, call it a day pretty much. It plug and play, it'll be good. I'm going with the Holly. That's the one that we got on this Monte Carlo behind me. It's a little bit clean. It allows you to do a lot more things. I'm pretty sure you all heard of it, Holly Terminator X, or yeah. That's what I'm trying to go for. I'm saving my money up right now. I'm trying to buy one of those. I'm trying to think what else. Really, man, all you need is swap plates. For the headers, just go to Speed Engineering and get the G-Body swap headers. They're a long tube. They're like $248. We put them on pretty much everything. They all fit. You can even use go to Speed Engineering and go and click on truck. Just a regular 5.3 long tube headers. They work as well. They give you the clearance you need. I forget what size they are. If you really want to know, just comment and I'll tell you. I'll send you the link or whatever. What else? It just all depends on what all you're really trying to do, honestly, in your budget. But for the most part, all you need is swap plates. Swap plates, and that's it. Honestly, it bolts straight in. If you want me to be honest, it goes straight in. Swap plates and figure out your harness. Figure out what transmission you want to use. Those are swap plates you would need. As you can see, the ICT, that's the oil pan. It's fairly different from the stock one. Figure out what front accessories you want to use. I want ICT Camaro one, because if you get the water pump off of a 2012 Camaro, you can pretty much use any front accessories, I believe, somewhat, but you cannot mix and match. You got to either do Camaro, Corvette, or truck. When I say Camaro, you could do Firebird, F-body really, but you got to use the same everything. Got the dual springs in there. But yeah, it's not really much more to it. It's fairly simple. But if y'all got any questions, let me know. Yeah. If y'all got any questions, let me know. Hit me in the comments. I'll answer them. I'll try to be as detailed as I can. But yeah, comment, like, subscribe. See y'all in the next video.